First on business, we have roll call of directors.
Vern Bowman,
Here.
Tom Oakenfoos,
Here.
Phil Loida,
Here.
Sam Yui,
Here.
and I am here. We do have a quorum.
Okay. I'd like everybody get a chance to read over the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
All right, I have a motion on the floor. All signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Is this where you want to?
You got a second on it, I guess.
She did.
Oh, yeah.
One of them did.
Should we have officially deleted that?
Okay, did you everybody get a chance to read over the minutes from the last meeting?
Do we have to have a motion to take the superintendent?
Let's look at things over there.
Probably.
I think I spoke in.
I was halfway through and missed it.
I only had one or two little changes. That's on the back page, about 3/4 of the way down, where we talked a little bit about the generator set. We'd have to, depending on what we do with the pumps, we'd have to upsize our generator set because we couldn't handle all the pumps on all, in this paragraph here in the back.
Where you at, right?
Right in here,
In here?
where we, well, it does say, we'll also, run all pumps on the generator, we would have to upgrade it. Well, upgrade it, upsize it. Other than that, I don't have anything on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I need a motion on the floor to accept the minutes.
I make a motion to accept it.
I'll second.
Second by Phil. Okay, now, and you want to just move on and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Okay, being we know you guys want to get out of here, we're just going to skip over to new business and let you guys tell us what you got.
Okay. So, what, oh, yeah.
Do you want to have them come sit up here at this table?
Yeah,
You want us to?
If you guys want to come sit up here at this table,
yeah, you can come
closer is
on up
fine.
here, get closer if you want. You know none of us can hear.
It's all good.
Thank you.
So, where do you want me to start? From the beginning or where we're at now? With the pump? You want me to start from the beginning with this, or you want me to start at where we're at now with the rebuild?
Is that rebuilding the,
The bowl?
The new
assembly?
style, yeah.
yes, is it working?
No. So, we started welding on it, and it's got a lot of, so a ductile iron or cast iron casting is very coarse. So over the years, it's absorbed a lot of debris. So when you weld it, it just keeps coming out and mixing into the weld. So we preheated it to like 275, and we're still getting like a lot of impurities into the weld. So after we welded it, we post-heated it, and we just started with a little broken piece, right? And the weld actually cracked as well as the parent metal. So we don't believe it's going to work, especially the flange is what's broke. So if it was like in the body where it was just compressing down, we might be okay. But that's taking all that weight, and when you figure that pump's running 85,000 gallons a minute, it's pretty erratic inside of that pump, right? So we're really worried about that it would hold. So my welder said I would by no means put my name on that. So We was hoping that would be the opposite, so therefore our options would be, of course, buying a new one.
A new base, it's the base section. we're
Yeah, we
talking-
call it a bowl assembly,
Yeah,
basically,
bowl.
because the impeller's inside of it, or us making one. Okay, so, did you have a price on us making one? So you do get the new bowl, right? The inlet bowl, it's
Yes.
called. The complete inlet bowl, if we was to buy that through Flight, it's $49,823. And we were somewhere around 25, 26,000 to make one. So, so you'd be half if we made the bowl assembly versus buying. So,
You said about
And-
20?
about 25, 26,000.
26.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Now, it would be a lot better quality because it wouldn't be a casting, it would be fabricated out of, plate steel. And we would roll the bells to get the cone shape to it. So it would be, again, it'd be a lot nicer. So, and again, given that, so right now, you're setting with right now, you have one pump running. You have one pump at Band Vendor, which we took the bowl, or you guys took the bowl off of it, of
Yeah.
Band Vendor.
Yeah.
And so now we're setting with basically a pump and no bowl. So our proposal was really anyway for us to build and make a vertical turbine out of it using your bowl, right? If it was usable. So the vertical turbine, for anybody that wasn't involved in this, the motor would set up out of the water. We'd have roughly, 40-foot column. And it would, the bowl would set exactly where it sets now. So there would really be nothing changed on the way it feeds the system. The only difference would be is your motor is out of the water all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, which keeps all of your electric cables out. So there's a cost savings by the cables being out of the water, and the issues that you guys currently have with the motor being submerged. So,
So the cable and the electrical, there would be no electrical, it'd be just a shaft in a.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's what we really,
Yeah.
really.
And the installation of this, it would take a lot smaller crane as well. So the way we would have to, we would install in pieces. Because like I said, overall, it's like 40-some foot. Yeah. Where's that? Right.
And you can make a new base out of steel?
That's what he's talking about. Yeah, he can make it for half of buying a
Yeah, right.
pre-made one would be.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
That's what those two bases are. So, if, so basically at that point, we're starting from scratch. So this, does this have this has the new bowl in it, right? So with the new bowl, we'd be right at 409,000. That was including the pump smart. So part of this whole thing is, one, we get the motor out of the water. Okay, so you don't have a motor submerged in the water ever again. The other part is we put a pump smart drive on this. So the pump smart drive, like right now, electric motor, the way you start it up now, you have it on a soft start. Well, one of them maybe, I think one's on a soft start, the other two's not.
Yeah.
So when you start it and it's not on a soft start, you get full load amps, actually over, you'll get probably 150% over load amp, right? And that's where your surcharge is coming from Citizens. So with the Pump Smart, it allows it to speed up slowly, and you never spike up them amps. You never go even up to your full load amps. It also gives you the ability to run that pump anytime at any speed. So right now it's designed to run 85,000 gallons a minute, at what, 16 feet ahead. At 26 feet ahead, it's designed to do 75,000 gallons. So probably in a normal situation, you're probably running, 80,000 gallons a minute. So let's say you only need a 40. You could slow this pump down to half speed and you do 40,000 gallons a minute. So your horsepower would only be drawing 40, you'd be like 400 horse versus the 660. Okay, I think right now you're probably drawing a little under 600 at that flow rate. So the VFD has a great cost savings. The VFD is $64,000 roughly. So if you take the 409 and you take the 49,823 off of there, and then you put we didn't revise this because we just found out late today that the bowl wasn't repairable. So you would add the 25,000 back into the EPI axial flow one.
Oh, so you gotta add the 25 on top of the 49.
But you take the 49 out of there.
Oh, okay.
You take 49,823
Okay, so you're still
out.
gonna be 25,000 less roughly.
Correct, yeah, yes.
So you're at 380-ish.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And this is a picture, our drawing, this is an actual drawing of the design. Okay, you can see how long the column is. And when we would install this, we would take the bottom bowl and the first set of columns, and there's some bushings in there which acts as bearings, and we would set that down and it would lock in place just like the pump currently does. So all of your weight would be setting down on the bottom, it wouldn't be hanging from these columns. So then we would go in and we'd build it in place, which isn't a big deal, we do this all the time. So we build it in place, and then, you hook the electric up to it, and like, if your motor fails, which it shouldn't, like a submersible, that's usually your failure, is the motor. And it's that because it's underwater all the time. So you shouldn't have motor failures. Even if you did, you don't have to pull the pump to change the motor. It's right at the top.
Yeah.
So it's very, very accessible. Can we pull that with our truck, or would we have to have a bigger,
I think we'd have to have bigger.
a little bigger than our
Yeah.
truck?
I
Okay.
think it'd be maxed out right there.
Okay. So it'd take a lot smaller crane to put this in versus what I think you were getting an 80.
So basically at every joint here is a separate piece that goes.
It's bolted together, yeah.
So like, this is just a casing for the shaft, I guess, that the water doesn't get in the
It doesn't.
internal of that.
Well,
Is that right?
by design,
Just to
we
make sure we
have-
understand.
we have water flowing up through this column
Oh, okay,
to lubricate the bearings.
okay.
Okay, now we have two choices, is we can do that or we don't have to do that, but if you don't, then you gotta grease them.
Yeah, that's gonna be potentially a challenge.
Well, then you gotta worry about.
Inspecting them then too.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So you're much better off to use the product lubricated, which is the water, which doesn't seem like it's, that great of a lubricant, but it does work well, and it's better than using grease and then it's not greased. If you do go with the greased one, then they make auto greasers,
Yeah.
and you just put them on there and it auto greases it, and then you change the cartridge out whatever intervals you need to. The other thing with the Pump Smart though also is, so it's not just a VFD, it's a Pump Smart. So it has some programming capabilities. So you can actually run, did we do a pressure transmitter or not? Okay. Without a pressure transmitter, we can get theoretical flow. So you would get a number that it says, hey, we're flowing 40,000 gallons a minute or 60 or whatever, right? It's a theoretical number based by numbers that we put into the VFD. If you put a pressure transmitter in there, we can get you actual flow. So again, we set numbers in there, and a pressure gives you two things, gives you that flow, and one is your amp reading, and then your pressure. So with them two, you can get an actual flow out of a VFD. But the thing is, you can also program this thing to let you know if it's dry running. If it's cavitating, so them are modes you can set up in it, so it'll shut itself off.
So right now, without that, there's no protection?
Right now, you guys have no protection at all.
Okay.
So,
Question on this, on this bushing that you're self-lubricating bushing you're talking about. What's that bushing made out of?
brass.
Yeah, it's brass.
Because when Okie and I were up at Van Bender, they were talking about that plastic.
Yeah,
What did he call that stuff?
I don't know. I didn't
It
write
was
it
the
down.
type of plastic they were bragging about in bushings with.
There's a lot of different bushings, and we've used them. There's a material called Besconite. There's UHMW. There's a lot of different materials that you can use. But we found the brass works a lot better because what happens with the plastic, if you run dry, then it melts it.
Yeah, dissolved it up.
So the brass won't melt. So
Just thought I'd ask that, you know,
Yeah,
is what it
yeah.
made of them. Okay.
now the one good thing, this pump's spinning at what, 700 and some RPM, Drake?
Yeah, it's very low.
Yeah, it's like less than 800 RPM, so that helps you a lot with your bushings. So,
And what's the life on those? I mean, as far as having to, I'm sure nothing lasts forever, so what would you expect a life cycle on that set of bushings?
it really depends on, it's really hard to tell, but
Okay.
like we have some shorter pumps that we did, and they were, what, 10 foot? And they've been in service now for 24 years,
Yeah.
and we've not touched them. Now we do a lot down at Doe Run. We got a pump down there that's 80 foot long, but it runs 7/24, never shuts off. And what, couple years
Yeah.
out of them bushings. I like to run 7/24, never shuts down,
It never shuts down.
never shuts down.
Well, they're rough on them too.
Yeah, they're rough, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Is there a way, I mean, without taking the pump back apart, is there any way to inspect them to know kind of what shape they're in, or how do you guys evaluate them? Or how do
so
you know when it's time to replace them, I guess, is the other question.
you can tell the movement in the shaft.
Just vibrations? and-
Yeah, and like the way this is set up, it has an actual bearing up out of the water. So, like most turbines don't have that. So we put a bearing right below the motor. So instead of using a hollow shaft motor, which a lot of people use on a vertical turbine, we hate hollow shaft motors because they're a pain. But the motor would have a coupling and there'd be a bearing supporting the shaft, not the motor. So the motors only get a torque load, no weight load at all. So, which makes the motor last a lot longer.
Yeah,
And so below that, in this particular application, we really don't need any form of seal because anything's just gonna go, even with us self-lubricating, we would have above the last bearing, there'd be weep holes that all the water coming up that would just flow out. So it's kind of a self-seal design. But you know, usually you'll be able to see it in movement of the shaft. So, and the bottom one, any other one we could replace without pulling the whole pump. The only, I'm trying to think, the bottom one, we could leave the bowl in there. We never would have to pull the bowl again.
No.
So, the bowl can stay in place.
So water lubricated bearings last pretty long.
Yeah,
Now, is that in clear water, or does it make a difference if it's,
it makes a difference, right?
okay, we're gonna be pumping when the big gates close,
Mm-hmm.
we'll be pumping the creeks out. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be murky. Will that have some silica maybe?
You will have, but again, you know, it's not gonna,
Not a.
no, I mean, we have these in the rivers all over. I mean,
Okay.
setting,
Other rivers.
Tower Rock had, or not Tower Rock,
Mississippi line.
well, not the river, Bricky. Bricky has one on a barge out in the water all the time they used to wash the rock with. So quarries use this all the time for processed water. They have them in the rivers all the time, very common, so.
Could you use our existing top that we have in this fabrication, or would that save us any money?
I'm not gonna say we couldn't. We kinda have to look at the holes are off-centered, you know, there's not a central hole. So we'd have to put another plate on top of it. But it's possible that we could use it for the main, structure. But there's several options we have here too. So we can make the pump a little shorter so like right now, when you go down to the first walkway, the platform, right? So once you get below the hole, you have the existing electrical panel there, right? And so that should never see water. So you could literally, if you wanted to, you could have the pump setting on that first platform. Now, I know there was some discussion about the Port Authority or the basic core saying, hey, you can't make any changes, okay? So if we could get them to buy off on that, that would really be good because it shortens that shaft. I think, 20 foot?
Yeah.
So it probably shortens at about 20 foot.
Which would help a bunch.
Oh, yeah, yes. So. Now, keep in mind though too, like the Doe Run pump, that thing's running at 1,800 RPMs. You guys are running at less than 800 and not running all the time. So, I mean, you should get a really good life out of it because in the last 5 years, how much have you ran the pump, right?
Yeah.
So, now, we just never know though.
What you were saying about shortening it up, with what you just said there about moving it down, then that would have that motor below the lid then?
It would be below
So it'd be
the,
down in the moisture again.
well, you shouldn't
Not
have any water
submerged, there'd
there.
be in moisture.
We need to look at the.
I don't,
We need to look at the graphs down there at the pump station. We got the original book, what elevation above sea level that would be. That should be higher than the,
So it needs to be above the levee level, probably.
yeah.
okay, so I haven't been down in it yet. Last time I was out here, my knees were all messed up. I couldn't climb down the ladder. But I believe, from what I've seen, and Joey, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong here, but when you get below that level, it's open and it overflows, right?
Yeah, there's,
It cannot, no way it can build up to there.
right.
Okay. So there'd be no way it seems to me to come to reason that if that electrical panel's down there, you wouldn't have it,
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know,
that's safe.
If you got water there, you got bigger problems.
Yes,
no matter what.
yes.
Yeah.
So whatever that distance we can go to that, there's a catwalk right there, correct? So that would shorten the distance of that, which would be a really good thing.
Yeah.
So,
But that would still be vented. I guess what I'm worried about is, you put it down there and you seal it, now you've got it, you get moisture, condensation.
you wouldn't have
You're
to
talking
seal
about
it.
it's open to the air.
You just
So it
put
can
a
dry.
piece of grating on it.
So it
I mean,
can
on
dry.
the top part of the
Yeah.
existing sleeve
Yeah.
that's there.
That's
Yeah.
what I was worried about, sealing it.
You wouldn't want to put that top on there, you just put a piece of grating.
It'd be the exact same way that it is right now. We'd put that I-beam back in, and just put the grating back on.
Put the grating on top of that, I think.
Okay.
So,
Okay, on the top of that.
But that wouldn't make it any
Rainwater
harder
at the top of that?
to work on about,
Can it?
No.
service or anything else, even if it was down in there further.
yeah.
Yeah, when it rains. Well, if it was out on the top.
How much you think that would save us in
Anyway,
cost?
I mean,
I mean,
motors are designed for the.
I mean, I know it's gonna be easier on the system to have a shorter shaft, but
Right.
I would be
just
more,
curious if there'd be what kind of cost savings.
this could save you a little bit,
Yeah,
but I would be more about the longevity of it,
yeah,
okay? So,
yeah. That's where more of the value is.
it is, yeah, yeah. And like right now, our numbers are budgetary numbers, we'd have to start designing to do this, so. We do have the option of a submersible, and, which is in your package, and this is not a flight. It's, it works identically the same way. So I'm gonna say it's pretty much so a knockoff of it. And, it actually only needs 450 horsepower. And the total of it's $363,000. So,
I think we all like the idea of having that motor out of the water.
I do too.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
Well,
don't wanna speak for the board, but
I've had some,
especially as close as those prices are, I don't know that we wanna go back down that path.
I would not, but we just got your options,
Yeah.
that way if you did want to do it. so one of the things, like, in looking at the failures of these pumps, you know, I'm not crazy about, a submersible in this application because you got 85,000 gallons of water coming through there. That thing's gotta be just shaking, right?
Yeah.
When these pumps are new, they're sealed up tight. After they've been sitting in water for years, a lot of the castings are starting to rust and pit, so you don't get a good seal, okay? So it's not that the pump's bad and failing, but you're seeping liquid across there, and it's causing the sensors to kick out. Now, you can sit there and run that pump afterwards. It's not gonna hurt it because, you know, it's just causing that sensor to kick out. But I wouldn't recommend doing that because there's some safety issues with that, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's there. So, and that's the other thing is you're pulling motors out that are drawing, what that thing's, what, 700 amps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's immersed in water.
Yeah.
You know, something goes wrong, it's not good.
Well, as you said, that the cast iron itself that's made out of is porous,
It's very porous.
and that it's gonna, over time, it's gonna leak.
Yeah.
Right through the walls of the cast iron.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then like I said, you know, in an application where you're not moving that much water and you don't have that movement, that's one thing. But if you just grab a hold of them cables and try to move those cables, you have a huge amount of weight on that top connection.
Yeah.
And, you know, so that movement is definitely detrimental to it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we talked even to some guys that are flight guys, but it's not band vendors from other locations, and I asked them about when you look at, so you have that knife or that flapper gate inside, and so what's really happening is that pump size to do 85,000 gallons a minute at 16 feet ahead. But the second number is 26 feet ahead, and it does 75,000 gallons. Well, what happens is it's got to go up to that 26 feet to get it all the way open. Then when it gets open, it drops down and your flow picks up. Okay, so there's X amount of pressure on that connection point at that point in time as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we felt it was a poor design. So
That's not a lot of loss for that many feet of elevation. That's not a lot of energy lost.
no. So, but we're just estimating based on the sizing of the existing pump.
Mm-hmm.
When they sized that, they had two conditions. One is the 26 feet and one is the 16. And when I look at the drawings, it pretty much explains that's what it's doing. It's getting up past that gate, and then the pressure flops it open, and then your flow goes out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but really, they're not designed for pressure. You know, because usually they're just in an open body of water, you know.
The flight pumps.
Yeah. So. No, other than that, we had to repair, but you'd have to buy a bowl or something for that one, and you'd be right back where you are. So. This is kind of a breakdown. It shows the bushings, it shows everything inside of that pump.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see you got the, I call it bowl assembly, but they call it the,
Basically the inlet.
yeah,
And the cone bell.
the cone bell, yeah. So,
That's the mold. This is the top. And then it's got a bushing.
so this goes away, okay, so this would still be there.
Yeah, probably 3 of these sections. Yeah.
So you just kind of can see how it all connects. And this is bringing the flow up to the open area, you know, where the gate is opening. Normally, when you have a turbine pump, your flow comes all the way up to the top and it goes out, right?
Yeah.
So this is a little different. And so so as far as the core, the only thing that changes is you pull the motor out of the water. Okay. So if they let us go down to that first level, then that'd be really good.
We got to turn all, whatever we decide on, we have to turn into the core and let them
Yeah. And like, if you need me to set a meeting or
Yeah, agree
something.
before we, you know.
I mean, how do we
Yeah.
feel about lowering that motor down to that next level if we don't think that it's gonna have too much moisture problems? As far as increasing our longevity.
No, I don't think it will. That whole upper floor is graded. It's all open.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm asking that is if we are interested in that and want to have that proposal to go to the Corps with, to see if they'd accept it.
If they
we
would,
could have
we
them
could
put that
lower
together
that.
for us.
Yeah,
Probably 12 feet anyway, or one section out.
Yeah,
and like I said, we would set in the meeting if you wanted us to with the Corps and explain how
Yeah.
this works. Because functionally, it's no different. Okay, zero difference functionally.
They're gonna want drawings and everything else detailed.
yeah,
And before they question us on a lot of different things, when we just changed the hydraulic gates, went to hydraulic instead of the screw gates that were stripping the threads,
Right,
we had a hard time. It took about a year to get them to give us a blessing to do it.
yeah. So, and that's on the inlet side, right? The gates, the hydraulic gates.
no, it's on the
Oh, it's out-
outlet
outlet.
side. Yeah, we shut those when the water, we got backwater from the river, and then that allows us then to pump out.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Well, I think we ought to have you guys draw up the proposal, maybe with the shorter option as well, and then we'd have both options.
Yeah,
And then start to go to the Corps with, some of these preliminary plans and kind of see where that leads us.
yeah. And like I said, for the, as far as the Corps, I guess you're gonna go to the Corps one way or another, no matter
We
what.
have to. I don't think we have
Yeah,
a choice.
We have to.
we wanna make sure before we proceed.
We don't want to put it in and then them come back and say this
Yeah.
isn't acceptable.
You shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do have new contacts, by the way,
Good.
for them.
For the court, who?
I'd have to look at my email, I don't
That's
know.
all right.
off
The
top of
guys
my
I
head.
knew are retired.
Yes, and they put me into
They're all
somebody else that seems, when we had questions for them about this, that seems easy to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be great to get in touch with them and see what they need
Right.
to at least get the initial proposals
Yeah.
started to see where they're gonna be all right with. And
So are we all in favor of going with the vertical shaft pump like that? Or
Yeah,
we know we don't want to, we can't rebuild the other one, it's shot.
Right.
yeah.
And you do have.
By the time you put the bowl, by the time you did the bowl assembly on there and rebuilt that pump, you're not that far off.
Yeah, we don't wanna spend it on that old pump. We
Yeah.
wanna
Yeah.
spend it on-
Before I did that, I would buy the submersible that were,
We're all in favor of
yeah,
that?
that we have.
Yeah,
Need a motion for that?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we proceed with final detail on that.
With there on the new shaft drive pump.
yeah.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Vern,
Second.
seconded by Sam
Yeah.
and Phil.
Good with it.
Everybody likes it.
So what kind of time frame do you guys think you're looking at?
Yesterday. Once we get the paperwork, we gotta send it to the Corps.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would
And
say
once they
the sooner
approve-
you guys could get that second drawing
yeah,
to us on how that's gonna work, with, as much detail as we can get on our existing structure and how that's gonna look fitting into it.
yeah,
So when the Corps looks at it, they have a really good understanding of where that all's gonna sit, with good elevation measurements and all of that, probably.
yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna want details, they're detail oriented.
yeah,
I would say, the sooner we can have that and get it to them and just, we could be on the Corps timeline at that point. We have
right,
no idea, because we haven't really been down that road yet.
And I think we as a board need to call and contact our contact person, tell them where we're at, and we're gonna wanna get this done in a hurry, and maybe let them,
Might speed it up a little
might
bit.
speed it up down the road.
Well, you might want to make sure, what do they need from us? That way we're not going and missing something
Oh, yeah.
when we show
right.
up.
yeah.
As far as this repair of this 7121 pump then, If we just stop right now, if that's what we're gonna do, sounds like, how much do we owe you at this point on that?
On what we've done.
Yeah, where we're at right now, we just throw that pump to the side and go forward.
Well, if you're proceeding with a new pump, you don't owe us anything for that one.
That was my question.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
want the,
So this
That's what I'm saying.
invoice here, estimate 74,247. The repair of the 7121 pump, that's what he's asking about, this
Yes.
181,000.
Well, we haven't
That-
done any of that.
We haven't done anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've
We just
taken
wanna
the
make
bowl
sure we
off
know
the
where we
bottom and tried to
are.
fix it.
It's all we've done is pull the bowl off, tried to fix it for you guys.
Okay.
And we don't feel comfortable with it.
Gotcha.
And we wouldn't charge anything for what we've done so
Okay.
far.
That's what I was wondering, if you had,
Yeah.
you know, diagnostic labor and all that stuff.
No.
It probably would be good for us to have an updated quote. I mean, I think based on our feedback here, we're comfortable with you guys doing the option of fabricating the new bowl rather than buying one.
I would
So
agree with
let's
that.
get an updated quote with that on there, and then also an updated quote with the shorter shaft.
Yeah.
So we know exactly where we are.
We was really hoping
That
that,
will, we need to,
We need to know right where we are there
we was
too.
really hoping that bowl was repairable.
Well, I know, but
Yeah.
we need to know, I mean, now that we know where we are, we just
Yeah.
need to update
Yeah.
the numbers with all of that, so we can figure out a plan financially too, how we're gonna make
Yeah.
this work, so.
Which that's another thing, do you guys require like 50% upfront?
No, the only thing we would
Is there a
probably do
percentage?
is, I don't know what the cost of the motor was, but,
We'd
yeah,
have to see if they need money up front.
yeah, if they don't ask for any money up front, we wouldn't ask for any money up front. So,
Yeah, for sure, knowing
Yeah.
payment terms and all would be helpful, so.
yeah, most of our vendors are pretty good. The only thing that would matter is if we had to buy the motor way ahead and have to set on money, you know,
Yeah,
that would be the only reason we would do something.
Okay.
So, if we kind of can plan it all and it all flows together, then it's not a big deal.
good.
So,
Gives us some flexibility.
yeah. Then the only thing left would be is the installation of that, so we didn't include that yet.
It's in there.
I saw,
Oh, it is in there?
that's in the back,
Okay, I didn't see that one.
That's-
Um,
35,000.
yeah,
Do you guys, oh, never mind. It's like 36.
and then the other thing we could include for you guys would be like a PM program, where we would come in
Yeah.
every so often, check the pump for you, make sure it's good, you know, so make sure everything looks good,
Yeah,
so.
well, let us know what that looks like.
Okay. So,
yeah, at least once a year or something, have an inspection
Well,
and check it.
Yeah.
But you should
I mean,
have-
would there be a warranty that kind of came along with that? If we did go with
Yes.
that PM program, and that way, basically whatever the recommendations are, as long as we follow that.
and the nice thing about the VFD or the Pump Smart is, nobody's gotta be there when this thing's running. You don't have to babysit it, so it'll be fine by itself,
Okay.
so,
yeah, but it's got that automatic shutdown and everything,
yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
our generator's supposed to have on. I guess it is. Well, is it?
An automatic shutdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, it shut itself down.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any kind of like notifier of like level or when the pump needs kicked on or something that tells somebody?
Yeah, at 373,
Well, we're working on that too.
Okay.
That hasn't worked in a long time.
Is it?
We're-
Okay.
I mean, there's gauges there.
transducers.
There's probably
Yeah,
some
but
things there that need to be
some of them need
updated
to
as
be
well.
Changed. and-
But we're also working on our
Wires are-
upgraded camera system that the board and even some city members will have access to, that will be able to visualize levels,
Yeah,
so nobody has to go down there physically to see what's going on, and if things start to become concerning, then somebody will go address it,
right. Okay.
so.
Yeah, it'd just be good to have some kind of notifier on it that you make sure that
Yeah.
if it does quit running for some reason, that
Yeah,
the water level just don't keep coming up, right?
Sure,
So,
and usually when there's concerns, somebody's keeping a pretty close watch on that anyway,
yeah, I would assume so.
typically, so. Doesn't go unattended very long.
Okay.
That's why I was there at 2:30 at Friday night.
Yeah,
I know, I'm saying,
Did the water come up quite a bit? Did the water come up quite a bit?
On the inside, we were up, them old tractor pumps, the pumps were all under.
the pump
It wasn't
itself,
near
not
up
the
to
tractor,
yeah.
The pumps were?
just the pumps. Which would have to be under to start with.
The trash is our big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why you almost have to be down there,
Yeah.
even for a startup. You
clean the
gotta make
drain.
sure that grizzly's clean so that water can get to the pump.
right, right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take some manual labor, just the visual, but once you got it going and pumping, yeah, I'd say it ought to run by itself.
Yeah,
Come back tomorrow and let it shut down or.
yeah. So yeah, you could put like a strobe, if you had cameras, you could put like a strobe light or something that if the VFD alarmed, you'd have a strobe light go off or something and you'd see there's a pump issue.
and there's a way that can be tied into the pump
Yeah,
controller or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Because that's, the guy we're talking with about the camera said if there's some kind of way to have an alert, he could have the cameras be triggered to pick that up, but he needs to have some kind of motion or something that would, or light, like you
Yeah,
said.
it did a light or.
They would send a notification through the camera system to
Yeah.
us to know that, hey, something's changing, we need to look at it.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah, the VFD actually has inputs and outputs, so if you did a pressure transmitter, it would send the input into the VFD. The VFD processes that information, it's like a little PLC basically, and then it gives you your outputs, and you can do whatever you want with the output. So down the road, if you guys wanted to do like, you could have where this showed up on your computer at home, you could see pressures and everything if you had the pressure transmitter and then put like a little gateway in or something. You could watch it from your house.
Okay.
So there's a lot you can do once you put that in there.
Okay.
So
Now, you talked on that quote, that pressure sensor wasn't in that
the
original.
pressure transmitter was not in that.
Is that something that we want them to add into this new quote that they're gonna be working up? Do we think we want that?
So that's probably
Sure, that's an
1,200 bucks,
option.
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah, they're not very expensive.
I think.
When you're spending that amount of money.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
any kind of protection, especially if it's not major money, we definitely would want to consider it, so
Yeah.
I would include that.
I would include the vibration sensors and all that stuff too for that. Would that be in that package, what you're talking about?
We don't have the vibration sensors on there, correct?
No, there's not.
So,
That's what would detect if it's cavitating, right, the vibration sensor?
yes, you would, yes. But the VFD will also do that. So what happens when you have cavitation is you have a high aim draw. So it's gonna, especially if you have a pressure transmitter, let me think though, you can't do a pressure transmitter on there. You don't have no discharge.
No. I mean, you have that tube right there, the top of the tube, until the gate opens, it would still read.
You could read some,
You could watch it spike.
yeah. You could probably mount it right inside of that hole. So anyway, the VFD will sense anything that's causing a disruption. So if you get debris in and it starts jamming up, it's gonna get a high load and it's gonna alarm you. Okay? You can either make it shut off or you can have it alarm you, okay? So that's where your outputs, if you have some place to go with the output, you can do, you can get all these alarms or what else you want.
Okay.
So,
Okay, very good.
the pressure transmitter down in there would give you a sense of basically water level, right? So you could actually see your water level by your pressure, because once you get pressure up on it, you have X amount of that against it, which is pressure. So,
Yeah, I don't know if that's something that's in our system that will need to be updated anyway or not. You know,
We
there's certain
had-
things that are,
Well, I'd like to get a whole new computer system and have that all reprogrammed. Get
Yeah.
Dane back there, again, and let him reprogram it
yeah.
and get our water levels in.
I'm
I know
not
we
as
got
familiar with the
sensors that are
system because
bad.
I don't run it, so. But if there's options to improve it while we're going through this process, I think. we
Yeah, there
should
definitely is.
consider
You can
that.
put a little PLC
Because
in.
there's certain things that are antiquated down there that we need to upgrade, and I just don't know what they're called or what they do exactly. So we're working on trying to get a plan, but maybe you guys can help us with that too.
Me and Joey will come down one day this week or next week, and we'll kind of look at what you have,
Yeah.
if somebody wants to join us. And we'll look at what you have and what we think we can do with the Pump Smart,
Okay.
and or if you would even need to add anything else to
Yeah,
it.
I mean, if we can eliminate some things and still have the functionality that we need.
Yeah.
That's great. So, okay.
Yeah. But that way I can see everything that you're trying to accomplish,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, because part of that was when Vanaventer was there looking at the flight pumps and where we were trying to go that direction and the componentry that's all there to run them. If we're not using them anymore, maybe the stuff that's there that's kind of becoming obsolete isn't going to be needed as anyway.
Right.
So,
Yeah, a lot of it won't because.
because there's going to be a
you have-
major expense just in upgrading that as well.
Yeah.
So,
One, I'd have to see what system they have and what their outputs are and where it's going, but, so like right now, you have the sensors, you have the moisture sensor and you have the temperature sensor on the bearings. Originally, that system was set up for two bearing temperatures. Well, there's two moisture.
Two moisture, one
There
bearing.
was two moisture and two bearing temps on the original system. And for some reason, they never put the bearing temp on the other bearings. So they only put them on the bottom bearings, they didn't put them on the top bearings. And honestly, you need them on the top worse than the bottom because the top can run dry and you get more temperature out of them.
Gotcha.
So, but there is we just need to see what your system is.
Yeah, so, like I said, there were several things that were all kind of going to be coming down the line, and if we can eliminate some of that, would be fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
great,
We'll look at it,
okay.
okay? Anything else or?
I don't have anything myself.
I'm good.
All right.
Looks
Thanks
like
for your
you're
time.
correct.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate your time. Do you guys need any more of these or?
No,
I don't think at this point, I think just getting some of that updated information is really what we're looking for next, and from there, we'll go to the core and see what they tell us, and probably back and forth until we get it right, so.
We'll get you some drawings of the pump and some updated pricing and
Okay.
Yeah, if
then look at everything
you get
else.
any information that you need, just let me
Yeah,
know
Sue's
what
the
it
one
is
that's
so we can
Gonna be
include
maybe
everything.
the
Okay.
point person for some of that, I would guess, but.
so once we get that, we can send it to the Corps.
Right, I'm gonna reach out to them tomorrow to see like what all they need from the,
Yeah, and maybe they can email us a list and
Yeah.
get it straight to you guys, so it's clear enough, so you're not spinning your wheels on things that either do or don't need.
That'd be great.
all right,
I'm
sounds
trying to
good.
think what the engineering part was on that. Be nice if we could get a CAD drawing, because then we could lay the pump and the,
Well, we've got the booklet in my office.
Yeah.
So we can look through it.
so we might contact the original design company, engineering company,
Okay.
and see if they have
You have a copy of the books from down there?
do we still have it?
We have that one.
We still have the books, yeah.
Yeah, that'll have all the details.
So if we can get a CAD drawing from them instead of just a paper version, then we could plop our pump right in that drawing.
Yeah.
So that'd be what you really need.
Save you a lot of time on
Yeah,
recreating.
redrawing the whole thing.
Yeah.
New design, but I'm.
Well, that'd be great if you can track that down.
Okay.
Down in the water.
Okay.
All right. All right, thanks, everybody.
All right,
Thank you. You all have a good evening.
Yeah, you too, thank you.
Okay. That moves us on to, we're up to me. You want to do the treasurer's report, or should we, since we're skipping around? We can take care of Ryan while he's here.
Okay, forget it.
Being as we're doing that, we're probably going to go into a closed session later. Ryan, what can we do for you?
I just got, obviously this is gonna deal with some of the spraying down there. You know, I guess my case is that whatever it's been 12 or 15 years ago that I took on the maintenance down there. The first year I wasn't allowed to do any of the spraying. Jerry Staub kept that. And the reason being is because he had a commercial applicator license, chemical license through the state. He was licensed, insured, all that stuff. The year after, I went and took the time and went up to school and did all that stuff and went through my textbook and learned it all. Didn't want to, but I did. And I did that for the job, obviously. So here's my commercial applicator license. Here's my insurance. I gotta carry insurance to spray. That's part of the gig, and it's all, the state requires it. It's not you guys or anybody else, it's the state. So basically what I'm getting at is, you know, I did that so I didn't have somebody come in and take my job. Now, if Rick Nagger was doing it, and I don't think he is, I've called Okie down there twice. I think June 30th and then back in May, into May maybe at one time. Either way, you know, you told me Rick was gonna do it, he's obviously not doing it.
I've done it for Rick. Rick hired me to do it. Now, I don't know if that's not legal, then we gotta do something different.
Well,
Rick said, will you spray this time? I don't have time.
what are you spraying? The problem is even if you are spraying, if you're spraying a controlled chemical, you're not allowed to touch that. There's restricted chemicals and there's unrestricted chemicals. Your unrestricted chemicals is like your glyphosate.
It was glyphosate.
Okay, so that glyphosate and 2,4-D, I know by knowledge of being down there, it doesn't kill those weeds. You've got to have a restricted chemical to kill those weeds. That's the next problem. Otherwise, you're just spraying chemical on the weed and it wilts over and it comes back. I mean, you can't kill them. They're tolerant to them.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, I didn't go to school and pay. I go back to school every 3 years to renew my stuff. I did that just like, Okie, you had a union card. You did that to protect your job and to get on jobs that you could get on instead of somebody over here. Bernie, same thing with you. You had all your guys in MSHA and OSHA and all these other programs so they could go on certain jobs.
Yeah.
It's no different than me. This is my card.
Yeah.
You know, and the next thing would be, you know, I know you're spraying the roadway. It is what it is. But there's other things down there that for years I sprayed all the little water outlets up and down, all the concrete at the river, by the river up there, and then the railroad tracks, the guardrail there by the Marina Bridge, the guardrails along the railroad deal there. There's a lot of spraying there. If it turns out you're legal to spray it, it is what it is. I'll take you through there and show you how to do it. But like Jerry Staub, he didn't allow me to do it because I wasn't legal. And I went and got legal. You can do the same. You know what I mean? That's all I got on that. In theory, I know what needs to be sprayed. And it goes alongside a lot of the grass too. So when that stuff doesn't get sprayed and then the weeds are that tall, that's what I've been spraying.
Yeah.
The stuff that gets out of hand and the water outlets. I don't know if you're going all the way to the north end and spraying all those water outlets, but every time I haven't seen any tracks that anybody was going down there and spraying around there. Because the Corps requires those to be 8 to 10 foot, 12 foot, I think, around those to be clear. So no weeds are getting in the way of the water coming up and out or going back. I guess it drains back through that same way. I'm assuming. I don't really know how that
Well, I don't think, they probably haven't been sprayed since you sprayed them.
I sprayed them every month. I sprayed them in May and I sprayed them in, I think June.
They're bald around
Yeah,
it
May and
now.
June.
I mean, there's no weeds around them right
Right,
now.
because I spray them.
Yeah.
So I've been spraying those. And I sprayed the guardrails there on the Levee Road. And when I did it, I also sprayed all the, which I haven't been doing, but from the top of the road, all the riprap as far as I could spray down, I sprayed all that. And at the end of the year, whether you know it or not, they're gonna grade you on it. I'm pretty sure, or at some point, they come through and they grade you, and
They come in.
they do an inspection on the
2 or 3
levee,
times a
and that's
year.
part of the inspection. You know, all these things are.
Yeah.
And that's one side that I know everything about, I guess. I mean, and like I say, if you can get legal, I'll show you everything there is. I don't really care. I don't really have the time to do it anyway, but I don't, at the end of the day, I don't feel like Joe Blow over here with no license or didn't go through the schooling should be able to take my job. That's all.
What did, you got spraying on your bill here, what?
That was for all the outlets.
You did that this year already?
Yeah, I've done it twice now. That's why they're still both.
Okay.
So it's for all the outlets, it was for all the, up and down the concrete, up by the landing, I guess.
Yeah.
The railroad crossing, I spray all the way down to the tracks, because they're not going to, I try to keep that open. And then up and down the concrete, all the guardrails there, all the guardrails up there. There's riprap up there where I mow that little strip, and I spray all that, because I don't feel like I should be having to mow rocks or get into rocks when I'm mowing, you know what I mean? And a lot of that stuff was just,
Yeah, we didn't know what you sprayed.
well, that was the thing. It wasn't just the roadway. There's a ton of extra stuff. And that's why in the years past, I don't know if you can go up there tomorrow, and I can tell you anything from, on all that riprap, I sprayed, my pump's a pretty good pump, and I could pull probably 3/4 of the way down that levee with spray. And I would keep all that sprayed every time. And there was, you know, it kept it out. And at the end of the year, I would do the Tordon and all the extra stuff, and I'd spray, go down and spray up and go and driving all those damn weeds over my head, you know. But that was, I mean, like I say, I don't want to.
I didn't know what you sprayed, and that's why Sue questioned it.
Well,
Right.
and we did not approve spraying. It was not a part of the bid. We did not bid out spraying this year. Remember, we as a board decided to just bid out mowing, which was bid out at $420 and we were charged $425.
Yeah, I guess I forgot on that. I didn't know.
But we did not bid on spraying this year.
Well, the spraying has never been bid on as far as it's always just went along with the mowing.
And I think he thought it was in it.
It's always went along with the mowing in the last 12, 15 years, whatever I've been doing it. And before that, I know Jerry had the mowing and he did it.
Okay.
So that's the way it was. And the reason is because to have a different guy down there doing it,
Spray, and he didn't have time.
he wasn't gonna do the job that I was gonna do because to make it look right, because I'm the one in charge of maintenance,
Yeah. right?
so I want it to look good because my name's on it, people see me down there.
If you want him to spray.
Or the next guy doesn't care as much.
Sure.
We're gonna approve this. I didn't know what you sprayed. We
Okay.
talked to you, that's your bill for spraying that. If you wanna, I think if you wanna let Rick do the roadway, that's
Fine.
basically,
I
that's
don't
all
care, I don't
I
have the time anyway.
thought he
so.
was doing.
And he's legal to do that, but he's gonna have, if he's doing a restricted chemical, he's gonna have to do it himself. And that levee, that roadway needs a
Oh,
restricted
okay.
chemical. It needs a restricted chemical.
What is the-
Because I can tell where you went through with probably something to mow and mowed it then or something.
I mowed it twice just to,
Yeah, because
the
it's not,
5 foot.
right, because it's not
I
killing it.
had my little brush hog on.
Yeah, because it won't kill it probably. You'll kill some of the grass, but you can't kill the other weeds.
Well, it chops them off.
Right.
You said you didn't want to mow the gravel, because I understand it's
Right,
really
right.
hard on your mower, but I had an old 5 foot brush hog I run down through there with my little tractor.
Well, and I can get it, but I can't have my boy do it because he's kind of, you know.
Well, I
that's
did,
fine. He doesn't know.
I was more up, Rick wants to save that to the gravel.
Right.
That's why we waited so long, let him get his mowing done, and he's planning on mowing next week. He's gonna mow
Gotcha.
again. And that's when he said, once we mow again and I get my hay made, I'll spray that top again or pay me to do it. But I only used glyphosate,
Gotcha.
the
Yeah,
generic Roundup.
right. Yeah, and that won't kill anything down there. That's
And,
the problem. You know what I mean?
2,4-D.
Those weeds are so
Is
tolerant to that stuff.
2,4-D a special killer? I mean,
No, it's not, but even if you mix the two, it still won't kill it down there. I've mixed the two for, well, I think it was last year when I had to go back and spray. I slipped my mind. It was like the first time I sprayed last year, I think, and it wilts them, even if you mix it, but you can't kill them. You gotta use a Liberty, you gotta use some sort of controlled chemical.
Is Liberty a special killer?
Yes.
You gotta have a license?
Yeah, it's a restricted chemical. And it's the only thing that's gonna work down there. You can't buy anything off the shelf anymore. Those weeds are, like I say, the farmers got those weeds so tolerant, nothing kills them, besides the restricted chemicals anymore. I mean, you could use dicamba or something like that too, but at the end of the day, you don't want drift all over the levee and you got
Yeah,
bald
you don't wanna
spots.
get going with
So that, you can't use that. You're pretty well down to Liberty, or there's some other things probably,
Yeah.
but Liberty does the job. And it's expensive. You know, it's
Right.
close to $300 a jug probably. So, I don't know. That just wanted to come in, say my piece on that and I don't know. And I did talk to the state. They kind of told me the same thing. Is what it is.
I personally want him to keep, if he's spraying around all them heads and his guardrails.
Guardrails.
Like, I noticed you did spray around them signs.
Right.
What I thought that's what you were
Right.
charging us
No.
$300 for.
No.
Uh,
No,
But them need
I
to
can
be-
get it while I'm through there, you know what I
Them
mean?
need to
Or
be-
sometimes
that
I'll
was in
carry
your
something in the
bid.
back of my truck and I'll just stop and get it, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
But that was in your bid. I took it that to keep
Right,
around
no, that
them
wasn't
signs.
it. No,
Yes, it
that's
was.
not what I'm charging for.
Yes, it was.
No, this 300, that's not what I'm charging.
Oh, no, I, around them signs and that bench was, I told you had to be, you know.
Right, had to be taken care of.
Right.
Right, yep.
And I thought that's what you sprayed and was charging us
No.
to do.
No, and honestly, we probably, I mean, unless
I
Rick's
think-
gonna do it, somebody else, somebody needs to, because I haven't done it.
Yeah.
The rip wrap off the roadway, either you guys do it or I do it, I don't care who does it. But it needs to be done too. So,
Yeah.
and like I say, there you go again, you're in restricted chemical area. That's the biggest question at this point, is that,
Yeah.
could you have somebody spraying that can't kill it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just keep spraying it, not killing it, and go back and cut it off and charge again.
Ryan, we'll just, I know you don't have to spray every week. We did up your mowing, that you can mow every week, so it ain't so hard on your mower.
Right.
Go ahead and keep sprayed when you need that part. Just the roadway itself.
So do you want me to do the rip wrap, or is somebody else gonna do the rip wrap on that? Just off the
What are
bat?
you talking, the rip?
By the landing up there, all that rip wrap from the top of the concrete to where the rip wrap ends.
The north end of north closure,
Yeah, the north end, north closure, that rip wrap there, I would always go on top of it and spray down 60, 70 foot, whatever I could reach, and make sure everything inside that rip wrap was killed off. And then the same up there, where's the next rip wrap at? I didn't do it there at the pump station unless Norm said something to me.
No.
But down there towards your house, then along the marina, that rip wrap, and then down towards the railroad, I always went down that little road to the railroad.
I just brush hogged all that, so.
Okay, so that little road down to the railroad, I used to do the same thing. I'd get as far as I could in and as far as I could off the top on all that rip wrap, because if you don't, you give it 2 years, it's gonna take over.
Yeah.
You won't see that rip
yeah, that
wrap.
rip wrap's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you won't see it in 2 years, 'cause nobody sprays it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, and actually what you said earlier, if you could find somebody that had a drone to go over it, would probably be the best if you could.
Well,
get
I
them to do
had
it 2 or 3 times a year.
Herman down there, he sprayed the hemlock on them big piles.
Gotcha.
That poison hemlock, that's
Right.
why all that's dead.
I didn't even pay any attention to it,
Yeah.
so.
But all the others, just along the roadway where I could spot spray, I sprayed that.
Gotcha.
Joey Siebert came and he said, you gotta kill this stuff, it's harmful to people and the cattle, so I just,
And Rick's probably gonna have to sign you up through the state somehow and make you some sort of,
okay.
and is he paying you to do that, I guess?
I didn't charge him.
Okay, so there's,
I told
I
him
guess
I'd
if
take
he's
care of it.
paying you to do it, there's something there that you're gonna have to be
Okay.
his, I think he can have one person, but you still couldn't spray a restricted chemical, you could only spray the other stuff, I believe.
Well, depending on what you're spraying, right?
Yeah.
2,4-D and gloves.
Yeah, but like I say, if it's not gonna kill it, you're
Yeah.
kinda wasting money. You know what I mean, and time.
Well, that's what is sprayed the top of the roadway now, but
Right.
Some
Yeah,
of it
like I say,
works.
it won't kill it though.
Some of it worked, some of it didn't. Looked like it, some
Yeah,
of it.
some of the grass will die. Some of the grassy stuff will die, but any of the weeds won't, any of your thistle or any of your horse weed or whatever.
Okay.
How's that Liberty do on that poison hemlock?
What is it?
That poison hemlock, is that Liberty pretty lethal of that?
I've never really paid much attention to it, but I imagine it would be, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll probably, is it a more of a stemmy type thing, or is it
It's
a
kind of woody.
woody? Well, then you might need it, now you get into another one which you
Yeah.
can buy a regular Tordon and go cut a stump and pour it on there. But that's a controlled chemical too.
Actually,
You get
it's like
into
gray
that
salt.
Tordon, because I spray for chem lime up there around all their fence, and you gotta spray Tordon, and it will kill the woody. But yeah, anything woody's Tordon.
I have a chemical license.
Okay,
I have a spray license
gotcha.
for my
Yeah, I'll
flower,
figure that.
for my flower shop.
Right,
But I'm not interested in this commercial at all.
gotcha.
I've got it for my
yourself.
business.
Right.
Yeah. But I know a lot what you're talking about there.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the same thing.
Gotcha.
Maybe not as elaborate as yours, but to get a license to apply, I do have that.
Right. So yeah, we just, like I say, I don't want somebody, I went through the pain in the butt to go get that, carry the insurance. And then as far as the riprap goes, you guys talk about it, let me know. Because that's the only thing that to me isn't getting done, I guess, yet,
Okay.
that I see.
So how many times do you think we need to hit that based on what you've been seeing or doing?
On the riprap?
Yeah.
Or,
On the riprap.
I used to do it probably every other month, you know what I mean? Nope. But that's what I would do in the years past. The roadway's once a month.
I mean, what do you think your cost would be to hit the riprap, say, every other month?
You'd probably be looking at another 150 or 200, we'll say, probably in that, because you're gonna run through quite a bit of chemical there.
Yeah. Just kind of get an idea, so.
You're already
we're
there, you know what I mean?
If we're discussing,
Right, so say 450, 500 for the whole shebang, everything I would be doing,
yeah,
if somebody else is taking care of the roadway.
okay. That way we know where you're at,
Right.
so, okay.
You did sign him up now, or did you got his check?
Yeah,
Or did you?
no, if you approve it, yeah, I have his check.
Oh,
Yeah,
Minus 25 for the
What?
contract,
for the what?
for the bid.
Oh, yeah, you know what, I'd like to say, I got numbers in my head, and I guess I got that wrong, I don't know.
No, I just.
Yeah, I
there was-
went back and I looked at it on my computer.
You're fine. There was 5 of
Yeah.
the mowing, so I took off 25.
I got another bill and I got it fixed if you want it. I don't really care.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That just slipped my mind when I was doing my billing, I guess, and I was racing through and trying to I think I was leaving for vacation that day, so. Where it's at here.
okay. Ryan, we'll discuss it a little bit here amongst us, and then I'll get back with you.
And then there's a new one with the correct price on it. All right, guys, have a good day.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay, we go back to the meeting.
Yes.
We need the
Treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report.
Okay, so we got the bills from Artisan, which is about 12,000. And then we have a bill from MFA, our attorney, and then some hours from Tom. On with the bills that we currently have, we do not have enough money in our checking account bar. So I went and found out from the bank if that CD that matures in September for the 216,401, which that dollar amount on your sheet doesn't have like the interest added. But if we took 50,000 from it, they would take $470 off the interest that we've earned. If we do 50% of that amount, they would take $1,023 off of the interest. And if we would like take it all and put it in checking, it's like $2,046, which would be a little bit more than the interest that we have on it. So. I don't know.
Well, how much you think we'll need by the time it is up?
Well, we've got like 20,000 right there between that electric and
Electric bill,
Artisan, because we got hit with that other demand charge
that was from July.
that like killed us. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Equipment Pro's not gonna charge us. We wouldn't have that. I mean, you're only talking, this is all
Couple months
July's
here.
bills.
Yeah.
And next month, I mean, I wouldn't see anything major coming in that I'm aware of. I mean, if we would have to turn on the pump again,
Yeah.
say,
Got
but other than
Morrison's bill
that,
from 3 crane works.
I mean,
3 times.
50,000 is
50,000?
more than enough.
That's what
I
I
would
was thinking.
think, and I mean, if we
Pretty
do
reasonable, I
lower,
thought.
I mean, it's like a certain,
That door.
percentage, so like if we did 30,000, it's gonna be lower than the 470.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I'm fine with the 50, just so you have enough. I don't want to cut it too close where we got to go back and do it again.
Right. I mean, I definitely don't think we need half or more than 50. I mean, we could probably get by with 40.
$300 to spray around that heads and around.
And you're gonna have the door cost, right?
Yeah, the door itself is 27.
Oh,
You get it
What
up
if we're not allowed to do
Is
it?
that price gonna come in?
That's gonna be coming in, that's the door itself is 2617. That's turnkey right now,
I can't see.
maybe some tax.
I'm not
$85
sure.
next year.
Shouldn't get charged now.
Okay.
I can give you an exempt form, actually.
Okay, anyway, that's their turnkey number on it. And
He said Rick is allowed
Artisans,
to do it.
I don't know, Okie says a one-day deal. so
Well, I would
can't-
assume, I don't know if Rick has a
I wouldn't
license.
think for one day.
But
I guess we need to find out.
I'd say we could budget 5,000 for that, it'd be good.
Spray that ourselves,
Plus,
as long as you're not using Liberty.
yeah,
Can you
I'm
find
guessing
out
that,
down
because
to-
Artisans sent 2 guys down there.
Who they have for?
I don't know what Artisans.
you might be able to go to Missouri, the extension office, and
Yeah,
find
they
that
won't
out.
need anything other than a
They would probably be
service
able
truck.
to tell you.
Yeah.
You know,
if it's-
pickup truck, they can
If
go all
you
that
gotta
by
get a
hand.
license, then
Done
you're just
in
gonna have to
cream
bite the
tar.
bullet and let Ryan spray
You know what I mean,
it.
to
don't
set
know.
anything. It's
Yeah.
all just put a door.
Yeah,
frame.
that's the other thing though too.
I would think
I
you
haven't
got 5,000,
sprayed anything
that
down there
would
to
be
know
good.
what will or won't work. You know, if he's using Liberty, I mean, Liberty is definitely way more expensive than the Roundup and or the
Go
glyphosate
down
and
and look. I sprayed it with just
I have that.
generic Roundup and it killed everything we need.
the, okay.
Did you drive up and down the levee at all? You been down there? Looks good along the edge, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was just,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, and he seems like he's okay with not doing that either. So,
I think we're
I
fine
think
letting
one
him
of
do
us
the, where he trims around, where he always sprayed around them wellheads and, if it's that,
Well,
but to do the round, all the rock and the riprap, I guess we'll have to check. If we could do that ourselves, we were gonna try to do that ourselves.
while we're talking about that CDO fence and the
Oh, yeah.
amount, when do we have to pay Illinois Electric? Will that be after September 12th or?
Well, that's coming up here in
Well,
our
there's enough
old business, I guess.
Oh, okay.
We have that bid,
Stockpile.
but I don't know when we have to
Oh,
pay
yeah.
it.
You know, then we needed to
Because
down
that
there
will-
to make it.
yeah,
base
make
for
the
the
ramps.
pumps.
Yeah.
No, we haven't got anything for the insurance either.
No, I left her a message
Did
today
I get
to
one?
figure
Do you
out.
have that?
Yeah, you gave
bid
it
on
to me.
that?
I think it's on my desk,
Yeah.
honestly.
I got one on there. I think it's in my pickup.
No, I have It's on my desk.
That's fine. We'll get to that. I don't know if it says anything on there.
I can't remember what,
It
All
did
them
not.
roads,
Yeah,
we didn't have
we
trouble
do.
getting them.
Sam got the bid on the door.
Good boy was there.
Got it.
Some of
And I
the
told her
young guys
the door
they
was
put all
20,
them-
27, what it says, 26.
26.
Yeah.
I told her
Trying to
probably
think what,
she could
Brian.
We could probably get that done for
But
5,000.
we don't know what artisans bid would
He
be to
might have
cut
been
the hole.
servicing.
No, well, I'm wondering, it shouldn't be over $2,500 to put that hole in there, would you think?
Yeah,
Well, they
I
would,
would
it was.
think.
That's why I'm telling you, 5,000 should cover
Yeah.
that whole job. We'd come damn close to it.
I think so.
It'd be 2 guys for one
I
day.
don't know what the date was, it was in June.
That's what they said, it'd be a one-day job.
One day job,
Yeah, so 2 guys, 8 hours at $100 a piece,
yeah,
$1,600. That's, we're right in there in that area.
yeah. You was right.
Pretty
Up to
close.
5. Just a rough figure, yes.
So if we would have to pay for the generator before September 12th, we would need more
I
than
don't
50,000.
think we'd even get it back by then.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
doubt it.
Okay.
Well, we haven't got it out yet.
Well, we're out
Okay.
maybe possibly 3 weeks on the
Yeah.
board
Okay.
before we.
I didn't know there was so much legwork to get the hole cut in the building.
So I think 50 is good.
Yeah.
We're gonna discuss that in a minute. Okay, but for the treasures, you know,
What?
how much do you think we need to take out?
Just yours and mine.
If we do
Yours,
50,
I'm
I
missing-
mean, there was like, what do you need?
Oh, that's what I'm looking for right there.
Oh,
We'll go over that in a minute too.
Okay.
I'm making sure I didn't lose it.
I wouldn't think that we would need more
So I
than
don't get them mixed up.
I got
50,000.
that?
Yeah, I think the 50,000 seems appropriate.
Oh, Bernie was
Oh,
looking at
that's
that. We've already paid it. He was looking at that. It got mixed in here.
Is that his?
Yeah, from last month.
Oh, okay, that ain't in this one.
No.
You need them.
Okay, so I just need somebody to prove bills, CD amount.
Let's do a couple motions. I'll make a motion to
Okay.
approve the bills as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion on the floor, all signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Now, how much do you want to take out? What do you think you need?
I mean, I wouldn't think any more than 50 if we're not gonna, if we know that the generator, we're not gonna have to pay for that until after, I mean, that matures September the 12th. I don't think we need more than
Okay.
50, might even be high, but at least, I guess, if we would have to run a pump or something.
Well, I'll make a motion to pull 50,000 out of that CD.
Sounds
Is that
reasonable.
what you're talking, 50,000?
I mean, at that, it's like $470 that they would take off of our interest that we would earn.
Would have earned, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a motion on the floor for that
Second, if you need a second.
from Phil and Sam?
Yeah, better.
Okay.
Okay,
And that will go to the checking
all
account.
right.
Yes. Okay.
And we'll move on. Superintendent's report, well, that's not here, so let's go into old business, and we'll talk about the generator, what Sam and I's got worked up. I met with Illinois Electric. Sue, you have that bill?
Yes, I will.
Anyway, well, she's got the bid. There is, to rewind the generator will be $49,000 if it needs to be completely rewound. They talked like they could possibly get 15% more out of it.
Well, rewind it a little different? or-
Yeah, they wind it more, whatever. They talked like they could possibly get a little more out of it. But they have to have a, okay, that was the 50,000 or 49,000 for the rewind. 22,000 was up at their shop and 42,000, so it's a total of 115,000. And they'll haul it, everything. We just gotta supply a lift or something, a fork truck to get it out of there. Which we need something that'll lift roughly 6,000-7,000 pounds. And Artisan has a Skytrack that'll handle that. They got a 10,000 pound Skytrack. he said no problem to bring it down, so. We'll just let Artisan do that. But the bad thing is, the only way to get that out of the building, we gotta cut a hole in it. And we've got it figured out to put a 12-foot garage door in there, roll up garage door. And Artisan will cut the hole, and a variable overhead door will install us a roll-up door in there. And the door installed is $2,600. And they just said, Artisan said one day for cutting it out and putting a header in it. So we'll have a little charge there. But that'll give us access to get in there, and then Illinois Electric will come and do their thing.
And the 12-foot door, we can get to, we can get to the motor necessary also.
Yeah.
This gives us total access to the whole generator.
Is that gonna eliminate that back man door on that side?
Yeah,
So there'll just be
Eliminate.
one man door
We're
towards
going
the
from
front?
door to door.
yeah, there'll be no man door on this.
Oh, no man door,
No
okay.
man door.
No,
Okay.
can't have a window because it's a roll-up door.
I didn't know how big the footprint was gonna be
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
side.
it's door to door,
Okay. So, and that'll just have a padlock on it to lock it?
both
Yeah.
ends, so it can't be jimmied or whatever.
Yeah.
We use the same lock and everything to
Yeah.
lock it.
Okay.
It'll just be
Yeah,
uninsulated door,
yeah.
not insulated anyway.
So 26 gauge door is what they quoted us. So it's gonna be a pretty rugged door. That's what it said, 26 gauge door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got,
That's
yeah,
yours.
26 gauge door.
You got
That's
this,
your
huh?
copy. I gave him.
What's that?
yeah, this was the two bids, but if you,
That's with seals on it too, Phil.
That's where the generator's at now. I mean,
standard room would be an additional 49.8. Recondition comes 8 to 6 weeks, so we wouldn't have it anyway. They are gonna supply the truck to haul it. All we have to do is cut the manhole and take care of the door and have something there to pick it for them, and they'll deliver it to their place, redo it, and bring it back and install it.
what does that, Stanator rewind would be an additional 49.8?
Yeah, that's the stator. If they have to rewind it, to redo it, till they get in it, they don't know. That's what was on fire though, so I'm sure that's probably
And that
gonna
would be, the insurance gonna cover that probably, huh?
be, we don't know.
Well, they're gonna cover, but I don't know how much, and I left that lady a message today, I even reached out to her last week.
Okay. So hopefully, yes.
As soon as I know something on dollar amounts, I will let
Well, that's a
everyone know.
no-brainer, we gotta get that done.
Well, it's gotta be fixed, right?
Well, yeah,
Especially if we're gonna look at that
we got
electric bill.
we got no generator now.
Yeah, we don't have anything now. We're on shore
And we've
fire.
been blessed with no hot river with local heavy rains. Well, the river's not been more than flood stage, so we could open the gates at this point, and have been in the past, that's okay
Yeah,
in that respect. But if the river get up to 37 or 35, and we get a local rain,
Yeah.
we're hurting for pump, hurting bad.
Talk about a little bit, sir.
okay. So, I guess, Sam, whenever they have the door in hand, we'll get a hold of Artisan and cut that.
He was supposed to give me a tracking number or tracking on it today. They didn't
Okay.
get back to me. But it's ordered. They didn't have it in stock in Kentucky. And I stressed to him that it's important when they get it, we need to get it in.
Yeah.
You know, we need,
Well, tomorrow, would you give these a call and tell them that Yes, we're gonna accept their bid. I guess are we gonna accept this bid, guys? I need a motion to, for the,
I don't know that we have any
who else
other
to go to,
options. That's the thing. I mean, insurance is gonna cover some of this, we thought?
well,
Or where's that at?
Well,
You think we're gonna have an insurance claim?
We do have an insurance claim on that, and I mean, they were pretty, like, 100, I mean, gonna cover it. I don't know if they're gonna cover it 100% yet. I sent all this info to
So
her.
they have them.
They have
this
it,
already.
and I like reached out to her last week and again today, and I haven't heard any response
Really?
yet, yeah.
Well,
So,
Do
I
we
mean, we're
wanna
not
wait and
doing-
see what the insurance is gonna say, so we kinda know what we're on the hook for before we just
yeah.
agree to it? I mean, we need to get it done, but I think we kinda wanna know what our cost's gonna be if we do owe something, just so we're prepared.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I would hold up on approving
If
it.
that river would get over 28 to 30 feet, and we got a local rain, would be.
Well, it's gonna take 6 to 8
Yeah.
weeks.
Even then, it's 6 weeks.
I mean, maybe Sue can have that, I don't know that we have to wait till our next meeting, but maybe once she gets the information, she can let us know and we can make a emergency meeting or whatever to get together and approve it. I just, not knowing what we're
Yeah.
signing up for, I don't know, I just wanna make sure we're talking about that as consideration, so.
And I think it's gonna come in a little lower also on that, because on this bid here, they got 2 techs working for 10 days,
Yeah, 200
To get-
hours.
to get that
to
out
just
there.
take it out and put it in,
and that door is gonna cut that by a whole lot, because they just open the door and then wire and take it out.
yeah.
And they
They
said
were
that
talking about
that
building
would
apparatus
fluctuate on time
and all
for
that,
that,
you
didn't
know.
it?
Yeah, so they were probably anticipating
Tests
that
can
it,
be completed sooner,
wasn't
it takes
going to
longer,
be-
less to final.
Yeah, they've got a
invoice.
clause in there about that, yeah.
yeah, it's $210.50 an hour for each tech,
Yeah,
is what that comes down to.
So that right there will pay for our door,
Yeah.
what we save on their labor
No
now.
labor.
And it'll be safer.
Oh, yeah.
And we have any future work, we're good, we're covered.
Well, yeah, down the road.
Will you guys be around whenever they're working down there to know, so we can kind of have an idea how many hours are there? To just make sure
Yeah.
we'll kind of keep track. It'd be nice to keep track, but just make sure, you know, we don't agree to the bid or the quote and then they just say, well, they agreed to it, this is what we're gonna bill you. I don't know, just be careful with that. But, man, if we could save half of that would be great. I don't know how many hours it would take them to unhook it and put it back in.
2 guys.
Do you wanna call them and tell them that we're gonna have a door on it, you know, check that door out and get the.
well, that's what they're waiting on now, for us
They're
to
waiting
get the
on,
door.
yeah.
I said, well, we can't do anything until we got they had to order the door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would-
that's in
I
their
didn't wanna
thing.
cut that hole in there and then not have nothing
I
put
would
in it.
make a motion to approve putting the door in.
well, if they're gonna take that out anyway, and we could cut a hole for the door and had to wait for the door, will we be out anything? And if it'll save.
Well, the problem is just if they don't have the door here and just leave it open.
Yeah, the door
unsecured.
should be here in a few days.
Yeah.
And I can call him tomorrow and put a little heat on him. see
Then I
what's
gotta
going
get a
on.
hold of Artisan and they gotta have time to, because they're the ones gonna cut that hole.
Okay. Well, they.
I kinda asked out there and they didn't, your guys, and they didn't really wanna do it.
Does,
The guy from the door company kinda indicated they would like to come up, send a person up when the hole is cut. So they're on the page together.
Jimmy Kenny.
They were gonna send somebody
we'll
up.
make sure whoever's putting the header in, they get everything in the right
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, they said they'll send a tech up.
And I thought Jimmy,
I'm sure that-
I worked with him today, he come down and looked at them pumps yesterday.
Does Illinois Electric have
I called him, we
some
got
kind of,
Jimmy come down and run that load.
lead time on when they can get to it once
They
we're
went
ready?
back to,
Okay, the core.
That,
It said 8 to 9 weeks on here.
But that's once they have it out,
Oh,
right?
It says 3 to 4 weeks
I was
lead
gonna
time.
pass that on, tell
Before
you.
they could even get here? Okay, I didn't see that.
It's down below where it says 8 to 9 weeks.
Oh, lead time right here. Oh, with a full recondition, it would take 8 to 9. If they don't have to do the full recondition, which they're talking about, the full recondition being an additional 49.8, would be 8 to 9 weeks, but if they don't have to do the full recondition, then it would be 3 to 4. That's how I'm reading that.
Yeah.
Because that's just once it's at the shop. I'm just curious how quick they could get
I
here
They
to,
seemed interested in getting on
I
it
guess
right
we'll wait
away.
until we hear
well,
if the.
let's get the door going and coming and get that in place. And as soon as we can get a response from the insurance company, have an idea, that's the
Then we'll go.
ballpark, and then maybe Sue can let us know. And then from there, we
Yeah.
can make a choice and get it approved and get it going.
Yeah, I
So
want
I
to get
see
something,
it.
get it going.
Yeah.
We have to get that door and the whole,
Yeah, that all has to happen first. I think no matter what, we want to have that done,
okay,
right?
I had one of them.
And talking with that insurance company, we gotta tell them that we definitely, we'll have to, if they can't, with that thing being out, if we have a high water on the river and a local heavy rain, we have to have a generator. You know, they'll have to pay for a generator rent too if they don't get it going, is what I'm saying. If they got hit a lightning and it's out, and they didn't, well, I don't know.
I mean, I can ask if
See if there's anything they do for
pay for
temporary.
something for temporary,
Yeah.
I can find out.
I don't know if that's under the
Yeah, it
policy
might-
we have.
Might be
or
good
not.
to ask them.
So like
Yeah.
You talking our insurance,
Yeah, the insurance company, if they would cover a rental if we needed power be due to our generator being down. If there'd be any coverage
I
from
mean,
that.
we have power. Maybe they would pay some towards our power.
Yeah,
I mean, last month's electric bill was $7,000.
maybe that, or, yeah, you could use
That'd be
whatever they
easier
would pay
than that.
towards a rental of a generator towards just the bill,
Or,
maybe. I don't know how.
or
it would work.
electric bill, okay.
That might give her some incentive to pay the whole bill up there.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right, anything else on old business?
I don't know if this is old or new, but since our official year ended June 30th, our auditors went up $300, but I reached out to him, and if we sign like a 3-year, they will not go up. They will stay at $7,000 for the next 3 years, if we are willing to do that.
How much did they go up?
300. They usually go up every year.
I mean, there's.
But they would stay for 3 years?
For 3 years, for this year, 27 to 28, it would be $7,000 each year.
That's better than going up every year. How much did it go up from?
$300 every
This year it went up 300, last year was about the same.
About
I
the same.
mean,
Boy, shit,
I
that'd
mean,
be
we can't do it without it.
$900.
right.
So we know we're gonna have that expense, so
Well, yeah.
I don't see the downside to it unless we would go to somebody else to do it.
For the more transactions than we do in a year, maybe we'd shop it maybe next round. But we could save 3 years increases.
Is that with Hush Blackwell? Or who is the auditor?
Oh, it's Busink, Hayrow, and Stroder out of
Oh,
Cape.
okay,
Yeah.
They've been with us like forever.
gotcha. Okay.
Over my head.
Well, I think it makes sense to lock in the deal.
Yeah,
All right. Do you need a motion on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I'll make that motion to lock that rate.
yeah,
I'll second
yeah.
Got a motion on the floor? Vern
Already
seconded?
it. Second.
Seconded by Vern. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Do you need a second on Phil's motion to go forward with the door?
Oh, yes, you did make that motion. I'll
Yeah.
second it.
Okay,
Great.
That's fine.
that's a good idea.
Very good.
That started off as a joke. We just looked at it and said, what we need to do is cut the wall out here and put a door in.
Yeah.
Then we walked over the lawn, and all of a sudden that started making sense.
Making sense. They cut a hole in it.
Fill a hole in the door.
Okay, let's
Don't
move
cut
on,
it anymore.
Gilda. Do we want to bring up the letter? Let's see.
Yeah, you probably want to go into closed session to do that, unless he had something else.
Do we do new business already?
Go ahead.
Well, I met with, me, Oki, and Sam met with Ryan Grass with B&D Telecom about getting an updated surveillance system down at the pump station. He's got a map here with where we thought it would make sense to have cameras. So a camera inside the control building where our internet is that shows the levels of the river. Would have a camera facing each way on the levee from incoming traffic. We'd have one on the lower side facing the outlet out to the river from the pump station. And then another camera in the generator room showing the controls, as well as a wireless bridge down to the office space that would have a couple cameras down there showing the inlet and also off the south end gable of the building for anybody coming off the levee, and it would show our little storage shed too. So we kind of have our whole area covered pretty well. We already have wire or internet down there. We need to upgrade our system with AT&T. It sounds like the box we have is out of date, so Ryan said we shouldn't have a problem switching that out and keeping service down there. So he sent us a bid for everything we talked about. Now, if we want to back some of that off, we would just have to subtract out, whatever cameras that would be, and then labor and wiring that would kind of help us get to that point. But bid came back at $6,800 and change. So here's the map if you guys want to look that up.
Well, we were along, I know.
You know what we're talking about, but Sue can look at it, or Bernie if you want to look at it.
See it. That's a view of the.
And then, Ryan would take care of us on making sure it's operational. Now, this system
Get a camera.
would allow each of us to have an app on our phone that would allow all of us and anyone that we want to
one
be able
inside
to
the generator.
look at this
One shooting
remotely?
remotely down the road.
For, monitoring
He'll have
or
a
security reasons,
wireless bridge to the
in case there's any vandalism or
office
something.
building.
That one camera there
And
would
it,
be watching your machine.
There's a recorder with the system too that
Pullman's always.
That
keep
one
track
camera
of
would be watching your machine.
so many days past the event.
The one on
So
the
you can
lower
go
side
back
would be
and-
panning coming down,
Look at
and your
what's
machine
going
would be in the field of that also.
But we could monitor the inlet area where debris comes down and potentially could choke things up. So if, say, nobody could be there and the pumps had to run for a period of time, you could at least keep an eye on that. If there's a lot of debris that would show up, somebody would know they got to get down there and rake or get a machine there to
Phil,
clean
there's
that out.
no monthly charge or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
One-shot deal?
Yeah.
Is it limited to just 5?
Sam, did you see the price on that?
No.
For all
Well,
of
he
it?
told me what it was.
I think it's unlimited.
I thought it sounded pretty good.
I have the same, I have the app already because I have this system at my office. I've got it over at Mid-States Wood Products.
Sue will have
And
full internet in
each
the office now.
business has its
And
own
Ridge will have
entry
full
point.
internet in the
And
office, so we can
you
run
can,
laptops.
anybody
or
can
whatever
get on there
If we need to.
if
run
you have the
off
right
Ridge.
IP address,
Or
basically.
instead of having to be up in the pump, the switch house working, we'd have full internet down in our shed too. Not the shed, but the office.
Yeah, so it would give us internet down in that lower office space that we don't have now. He would create a wireless bridge that will allow that internet to be down there, as well as the feeds from the cameras that are down in that area. So if we ever needed to have a meeting or something going on with the flood and you needed Wi-Fi or whatever for
You'd
the
have,
computer, it would all,
Emergency meeting.
yeah, it would all be there.
I think someday that would prove to be valuable, having that in that building, if we had to have.
Oh, I think it's valuable.
Well, it's already there, it's just gonna give you a better signal down in that space. You may not have as strong of a wireless signal down there.
In that office.
Yeah, you'd have to just go off of your cell signal rather than a actual wireless connection, Wi-Fi connection.
I ain't got nothing to hide. Just,
So,
So do we need to,
You get one now.
yeah,
We got good copies here.
We
do,
got there.
oh,
David and
Are we
Sue
good
got
on this?
together and,
Well, we can either decide to just think that over and see if
Oh,
what
yeah,
other
let's finish
expenses
that.
want to come down, or we can make a motion to have Ryan move forward with it. So I'm fine either way. It's just I knew we were wanting to improve our camera system there, so that's why we had him come check it out and let us know what he could do for us and what it would cost.
I need a motion on the floor to either accept or hold off, or
Well,
Vern, what do you think of the camera system? We're gonna get to that. I was kind
The
of
camera
jumping the gun.
system,
Did you see where he's
yeah,
wanting to put
yeah,
them
I
all?
seen where they put them on. I think that would be good. We've never had no problem as far as,
Well, you remember the Conservation Department asked us if we had cameras. They came down one time and we talked about, we did put some there, but they were real cheapies and it didn't last. They were throwing animal guts and stuff over and Conservation was asking if we had anything. So at least we'd be covered there, or have it. And there's a lot of, with this high water, there's people down there fishing constantly.
A couple weeks ago, somebody,
yeah.
from a liability standpoint, I don't know how the city feels about it, but,
Yeah,
you know, there's some potential risk there, you know, with
a couple weeks ago, somebody's.
if we'd have it on
burned
film, we'd
down
kind
there.
of cover our,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Cameras
that would be
and
good.
access is
Yeah.
what worries me, yeah.
Yeah, well, and that's why I'd like to have this system or a system similar to this that we have control over the access of it and can give access to even some employees of the city.
Yeah.
So they're able to also be in tune with what's going on, and if we have a issue.
I do the little camera Norm had in the generator room when that insurance lady was
That's
there
true.
with me.
Yeah, that saved us.
Can you get that? So
That basically.
we did bring it up and that's probably all the
The
evidence.
reason
we
why
needed that they're
insurance
gonna
is
pay
covering
for it.
that failure is because
They were watching.
Yeah.
we had the data from
Yeah.
that, so.
So
If it had the system
That's a
the other
good
day
deal.
about 1 o'clock in the morning when it rained so hard, you'd have caught me down there with my pickup making a buzz through checking the brush. And it was all right, it was going through,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of brush.
So the biggest question is, you know, we've got a lot of expenses coming up, and do we want to put this, you know, in on that right now, or do we want to hold off and wait till we know how a few more cards fall, and maybe, you know, what the insurance is gonna cover,
We got a big investment down there.
we got
so.
a meeting coming up with this grant in September, correct?
September.
Is this something maybe we could add to that grant money?
I don't know a whole lot about the grant, but, you know, I think that we could table this for a bit until we get more information.
Well, with that grant being talked about, I'd like to put this new motor or the new
Generator,
pump system, we're put that in there, put a whole new computer system with cameras. While you're putting the
Yeah.
new cameras in, you might as well have the 1929 computer we have.
Yeah,
And maybe some
Updated and put a
insurance
new one in it.
breaks with that
And maybe
system.
put all this under a grant.
Just
And
keep in
Ryan
mind,
also
that's
said-
a year away.
Yeah, I understand that's a year ago, but
when is the,
is
The
there any way
grant
we can?
window that I'm talking about, that I think Oki's talking about, just closed. So we can't apply this year.
oh,
So we'd apply in a year.
Yeah,
I see,
So you-
okay.
so do
Can you talk more about that grant
go with it
opportunity?
now?
'Cause I
Or
don't know about it.
I think we
What's going
need the
on?
camera system, that's a good rate too.
I think the insurance company would probably look with favor on that, period. Our liability insurance
Yeah,
would look with favor on that a lot.
yeah,
Okay.
Especially we're hitting them for a bunch and we're trying to improve things. You know, like, you know, we're trying to get better here.
yeah. And we could have Ryan look at our computer down there too, and he's got resources that could help us
Maybe he could,
with that as well. You know, and to have one resource to help manage multiple things is
Okay.
kind of nice, so just a
all
thought.
right, I need a motion.
I'll make that
Got
motion.
a motion on the floor
I'll second.
for Ryan's B&D Telecom. Install some new cameras. I need a second.
I'll second.
Second by Dr. Phil. All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We'll get with Ryan. I'm gonna just let you get with Ryan. I'll
I'll
kind of
get with
work it out and I can be available.
I'll let you
to
know
open up
when he's gonna be
anytime.
down there, when he wants to get on that, so.
And you know you got keys now.
Yeah, that's good. Just gotta use the right one.
Should I give this to Sue or?
Sue can have that. I have it in an
You got
email,
it.
so, yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
All
I
right.
guess when you get Norman's keys, I'll take his. I guess when you
Got any other
Yeah.
public participation? Anybody?
So I can give you more details at a later time, but just to give you a quick breakdown, it's called a BRIC grant, Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities. It's a federal grant, it's 75-25, so we'd have to have 25%. It's for large infrastructure. It has to do with building codes or safe rooms, so this large infrastructure could very well qualify. However, you can only apply for items that are listed on the local hazard mitigation plan. So the RPC helps write the flood hazard, it's actually all hazard mitigation plan. Usually the city, county, school districts, Levee district participate in that.
Yeah.
But this item, so new pumps aren't on there. So that's going to be a first step, and that'll be what we talk about in September. We'll have to amend the hazard mitigation plan to add this to it, but that'll be fine because that'll be in preparation for, you know, perhaps in the spring or summer of '27.
Yeah.
Then that'll be on there, and then you can apply for this grant money.
Wow. I mean, yeah, we could only have to come up with 25% of a new pump.
Possibly, yes.
I mean,
That'd be
we're gonna
great.
have to eventually do more than one of these pumps anyway, so.
We're gonna have to
We
do all
got,
three.
we got more coming down the
It's
line.
in 25-26, there was $1 billion in this grant. So, I mean, that's across the entire nation.
Yeah.
But
What's the big dollars?
this grant called the Building, it's BRIC, has $1 billion, it's funded with $1 billion. So, but that's nationwide. So, it's a hefty grant, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It sounds like a great opportunity.
Yeah, we definitely don't want
We've already got a meeting date in September.
At our September,
She's coming to this meeting in September.
yeah, at our September board meeting, she'll be
Great.
here to discuss it.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
What's the odds of
to. We
getting
wanna make
it?
sure we get in on that.
I think if you get this,
Had to ring in.
what we need added to that hazard mitigation plan, I think it's a good odd. And the RPC will help submit the grant because it's not a one-pager by any means. It's a pretty detailed grant. Now, they might have a slight charge for that, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
All right.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. Could you we're just asking about, do you think we need to send Norm a letter or just leave well enough alone?
Personally, I think we need to send the letter. So it's over.
Well, I think there needs to be some kind of written or signed document with his resignation or termination.
Like hold harmless or something.
Well,
So,
I don't know legally what we need to have.
He has never been, he
because,
didn't sign
Technically,
anything.
We don't have nothing signed.
Typically, he's not.
Yeah, we don't have nothing signed, it was just a
Well,
verbal.
I'm just making sure we have ourselves covered legally. That's, I mean, my biggest thing for sure on that, not knowing what is or isn't required from us for that.
This goes right back to where I talked about needing an attorney at a lot of our meetings, and whatever it costs.
I mean, I can reach out to
'Cause
him
that's,
tomorrow.
we always had legal stuff come up. that-
The attorney?
Yeah, the attorney, that's what I meant. I can reach out to the attorney.
Yeah, see what it would take.
Well, did he ever bring his keys back? I mean, I do think getting
I haven't heard from
our
him.
property,
Yeah.
the Levee property back from him.
In that new trailer down there, he spent a bunch of time putting his office in there, finishing the trailer, because it was unfinished inside. And he put his office in there and he made a couple bunks for during being down there during the flood and all that, didn't he?
Well, there's no bunks in it, but there's, it was gonna be a little kitchenette and a meeting room, and then his office
His
and
office is
a
in.
radio office.
He's
or
got some
something.
personal stuff in there that he can't
It's all
take
gone.
out.
It's empty.
Empty?
We cleaned it out.
cabinet?
He cleaned it out.
No, I think the
Yeah,
cabinet's
everything,
still
the
there.
only thing left down there of his is the radio tower.
The cabinet's not still there.
And
The
that
desk,
cabinet.
desk.
Well, then it might be good to go ahead and formalize this whole document. If he's really taking stuff, and I was kind of
Well,
concerned, about- he spent a lot of time, now, we might have paid for him putting some of that in, because he turned in a lot of time.
We did pay almost all of it.
Yeah.
Sue, do you have that number that
Some of
overcharge
it
that we
was
come up
his
with?
office.
Yes.
I think we ought to present him with a bill, that invoice him for that.
But yeah, I think we ought to follow up and, because he scared me with his prices. On everything he did, he was expecting this dollar, you know.
Just kept going up and up and
Kept
up.
going
We're
up.
on over this.
Yeah. Oh,
Totally.
here.
Would you like Sue to reach out to the attorney and ask about this, sending this letter?
7538.
I think we need to get some
So,
legal
do you
advice on
think
how
we
to
need
handle
to
that.
have the lawyer look at this? Or is that formal
He's
enough?
not an employee. I can't find a contract,
And we
Yeah.
didn't.
but I
ever
do
sign
think
a
sending a
contract.
There's no
letter.
contract, there ain't
No,
anything.
no, it was all, matter of fact, he kind of took over when he got here, is what he did.
So I think sending the letter would formalize the fact that you're saying, I want the Levee District property back, and we need to set a date and time for you to come get what's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, we're gonna
Yeah.
part ways.
Yeah.
And that's what that letter basically says, but if you all want to have an attorney look at it, we can.
And then there's a matter of $75 that he overcharged us on his last invoice.
You need to be signed.
We resurrected. His last invoice he gave us, Sue and I resurrected that with his rates and everything else, and he overcharged us $75 on that invoice.
Yeah.
I think we need to invoice him for that back. When you think he overcharged us. $75 is $70, he would charge us for it.
Just sign that for the auditor. Just like that.
I know we're not in closed session, I shouldn't have said that. But, you know, 75 is 75. And we've got it right here if you wanted to look at it. We have his errors if you wanted to protest that.
There, you fill the rest of it out, so you got it. What's my title?
President.
At 2:30 the other morning, I didn't think I was president down there wringing wet.
Why'd you call me? I'll come down.
Not at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I was kinda expecting. I went to bed early.
Well, I was down there around midnight or 1 o'clock when it was raining.
Friday night?
Yeah, during the heavy rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I took my headlights and shined on the brush and everything.
That's why I went down that and I
You
ran
seen
the
the
rig.
tracks probably, huh?
I was running the rig.
Yeah,
And then the next day I ran it for 5 hours.
yeah.
I mean, there was lots of trash down in there.
Mhm.
I pretty well got it all out,
Yeah.
except all the way at the very bottom. You just,
Right, you
just
can't
bat it in there.
Yeah.
So are you guys wanting me to reach out to the attorney over this or send it?
It's well written as far as it looks to me, but I ain't no attorney.
I don't think there's no contract anyway.
Did you see the letter, Dave?
Why don't we just
Yeah.
mail it?
Yeah, okay, he signed it.
If he wants to come and talk, we have a flood and he wants to come back and help, I'm not gonna run him off. I mean, he was good help to me. I need him,
Yeah, he,
but he's the
So send
one,
the letter?
he did get paid. All his bills are paid.
Good with sending the letter? Are you good with sending the letter?
Yeah, we're gonna send it.
Okay.
I signed it.
You're good with it.
And then there was
Yeah.
another question in there. Oh, Sam's
when he
question.
first come.
I like the little part in there that
Invoice for
Oh, the
he's been a big
invoice.
asset to us.
Yeah.
He was good help. He is good
Yeah.
help. But you can't be,
Yeah.
if you're mad
Did you
at
wanna-
us and you don't wanna work, or be here, then
Do you also want to send an invoice for $75 like Sam's asking or not?
what she,
Oh.
I can't hear.
I'm sorry.
So that last bill that we were in discussion of, we went back, that was the one that we didn't have any detail on. And we went back and added up his hours from these screen prints. And we were like overbilled by $75.38.
I just waive it. I think. You just start up another hornet's nest, then you might have a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm a little worried about, and I don't want to do that over $75. I
Yeah.
don't think it's right.
Yeah.
But you could also say, you know, we noticed some discrepancy based on your bill, and the hours that you turned in. Can you give us more clarification on that?
He might find out he made a mistake the other way and it's not enough yet. It might be more than 75,
Shoot.
the other direction.
So,
I mean, we got nothing concrete that,
at this point, if he's gonna walk away and we're gonna part ways peacefully
yeah.
over $75, I don't wanna
I don't
start
wanna
a
stir
bigger
up a
problem.
hornet's
I
nest.
really
Let's,
don't. But I also
Waive
don't
that
think that
and
it's
go
right
on.
that he did that,
No,
but at the same time, you know, we just have to move along, so.
All right. I would take a motion.
I'll make a motion, we send this letter.
No,
Oh,
I thought we were done with that.
Okay, we're done with
The other
for
motion.
adjournment.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion for adjournment.
Leroy's probably getting impatient down
We
there.
got a motion for adjournment. I'll second it by everybody,
Yeah, second, third, fourth.
and thank you all.
All right.